a Marsologist or a geologist. I'm just kind of an observer of space transportation, and I think that that is an area that should have leadership that can then be shared with all the nations. We know how to do critical things in space transportation, and we can share those internationally. We have a good store of information about the moon, and we can certainly share that. If you have a group of nations that desire to go there with human beings, do you think it's prudent to suggest that one of those nations will be leaders? They'll be looking after their own interests. To me, the one nation that can be a leader of what happens at the moon is somebody who's been there before and has decided that is not necessary for us to do because we can accomplish most of the objectives through cooperation with other human beings from other nations, or through the power that has been demonstrated of what we can do on the surface of Mars when we send commands from Earth. One whole day's worth of activity is sent, and then we just sit back and see what happens. Now that means it's very conservative. And I've said this to many audiences in the past, because when I first heard it, I could hardly believe it when it came from the person who ought to know, and that's Steve Squires, the program manager of Spirit and Opportunity, the two rovers on opposite sides of the moon.